Back at the Wingfoot Golf Club for the first round of the United States Open of 1984. There's the leaderboard at this moment. And the defending champion, Larry Nelson, in trouble at the ninth. Trevino leading Jim Thorpe by 1. And all those other folks chasing. A very attractive leaderboard at the moment. All of these people very much in touch with the leaders at the moment. Here is Jim Thorpe, 1 shot behind Lee Trevino at the moment. He's at the par 4 14th in the fairway. 418 yards is the shot he has, coming into an elevated green, and the flags stick to the left behind the trap today. Ed Sneed, you're there?
Jack Whitaker, he's got about 165 to 170 yards, and he's shooting a little bit into the wind, and the wind is coming from his left. I think that's probably the most difficult wind to try to play a golf shot. But he played the drive under the same conditions and hit a marvelous drive right in the center of the fairway. It's really a tough driving hole today.
Oh, Big Jim.
He has really played some golf shots. I've watched him for the last 5 or 6 holes, and his iron play has just been superb. He's just put it right in by the hole on the correct side of the hole each time. So he's really playing well.
Well, right up over the trap, right on line, below the hole. And here at Wingfoot, you certainly want to be below the hole, if you have your choice. Jim Thorpe, 1 shot behind Lee Trevino with 3 under at the moment on the 14th green. Now on the 9th fairway. Jay Sigel. This is quite an attractive group. Bob Rosberg is an amateur champion and 2 Open champions. Jay drove it just perfectly.
He's got a shot of about 190 yards. And he's got a 4-iron out. Wind is turned around to where it's not directly behind the players. The wind is turned around. It's not directly behind the players now. It's more coming out of the right.
And gusting.
Ball's going a little left, but a good shot.
On the putting surface, there's the putt he'll have. Just about pin high, but quite a distance. Look at the flag. You see what the wind is doing now, and that wind will have 2 effects here. It'll affect the ball in the air, of course, but it's quickly drying out this course.
This drive of Watson's is 300 yards, right on the nose.
300, huh?
Tom with a 7-iron. Going right at it.
Oh, yes. Just checks up below it, but right at it. Underneath the hole. Watson at 1 under. 3 shots behind Lee Trevino. And for an update, let's go to Jim McKay.
All right, Jack. Well, first of all, as to point of time, where are we in this championship? Well, we're just about halfway through the first round, that's all. In fact, the last scheduled group for today hasn't even teed off. They won't tee off for about 10 minutes from now. They'll be playing here for almost 5 more hours, till about 8:15, 8:30 tonight. As for the weather, it started off ominously. It looked like a real threat of rain. As of this afternoon, the wind has come up, has become a factor in the game. The skies have cleared, but they still tell us there's a 30% chance of rain or even a thunderstorm before the day is done. As for the play on the golf course, it started off with a young man named David Knipe, who has been the terror of the Space Coast Mini Tour down in Florida, taking the lead with a 69. Then came Charles Bowling, a 26-year-old pro out of Rosemont, PA, and the current South African Open champion. He had a 69, or went one under to tie for the lead. Then later on, the wheels came off for him. Mark McCumber had a hole-in-one on the 10th to seize the lead. After that, once again, he faded back, and he is not a factor at this juncture in the championship. Cal Peet got to the third hole and then collapsed, apparently because of a lack of fluid. He said he'd been feeling very badly yesterday, but thought, this is the national championship. I've got to try to play. He didn't. He couldn't make it. He later came back, picked up his clubs, says he's feeling fine, and he'll just move on to the next stop. A tough break for him. However, after those early spectacular doings by comparative unknowns, the cream already has begun to rise to the top here, principally in the form of Lee Trevino. Trevino, who, after being struck by lightning some years ago, seemed to be fading from the scene, great back problems, now came to the 9th hole with this putt for a birdie. A putt that would put him 4 under par and in the lead in the United States Open with the characteristic Trevino gesture. Seve Ballesteros now in the 10th hole. Watch this shot for touch. He had left his tee shot on the par 3 well short of the green. Now, when that ball hits, if it goes straight, it's going to kick left. But he feathered it and switched it almost in towards the hole and almost put it in. He made his par 3 and went on. So the story, as I said, is cream rising to the top, Lee Trevino, but also Jim Thorpe. Remember, just one stroke out of the lead. No black golfer has ever won this championship. Many people thought if one did, it would be Cal Peet. Ironically, he's gone. Jim Thorpe is among the leaders, and here he is.
Jim Thorpe trying for the birdie there. Remains one shot behind Trevino after that fine second shot into 14. Good football player at Morgan State. Here's the leaderboard at the moment. Watson, Ballesteros, Bean, Couples, David Knipe. Startled everybody here this morning. He was the first finish. He had it 2 under at 68 and bogeyed the last hole. And he was the leader for a long while. And then Lenny Clements came along. Lenny's won about $9,000, I think, this year on the tour. And then, as we told you, people like Lee Trevino made their appearance. Second shot at the 12th hole. Boy, he went after that, didn't he?
Right down the middle, Jack. It's a really good shot.
Oh, look at it come.
Jack, you can't believe where Seve Ballesteros hit his drive here.
Where?
50 yards off the fairway to the left.
Oh, my.
Shades of Lytham St. Anne's.
Yes.
But
well, this is no Lytham St. Anne's. You can't hit it from the car park here and get it on the green. I'll tell you that.
What, he's playing right out of the cheap seats here. He actually hit it so far offline, he's got an open shot back to the fairway, and he caught a very, very good lie, which is a double good break for him.
Well, the god of the errant drive is still looking over him, huh?
Seems to, when Seve plays in major championships, when he does well, he never
Yep.
seems to keep it in play all the time, but he manages to keep it close enough where he can make a good score.
Tom Watson. He's at the 9th green. This is for birdie. Oh, isn't that lovely? But Tom will remain at 1 under through the first 9 holes of this 1984 U.S. Open. Playing with Larry Nelson and Jay Sigel. This is Larry, and I would assume this is for par. Since he had a very bad drive and had to play safely out. So 6 over, having troubles today. Nice looking putt if he'd hit it a little harder. So he'll go now to 7 over. Defending champion after a brilliant win last year at Oakmont. But Larry is one of the patient ones. And if he can get one or two of those back on the back nine, he might still be around here on Sunday afternoon and very much into it. We'll return to Wingfoot Golf Club in Mamaroneck, New York in just a moment.